That's why I love Nestle Crunch.
There's only one more episode left of Loki, and you need to get it out of your head that Kang the Conqueror is going to show up.
Way to go, Tic Tac!
That's how you punch.
Wakanda forever!
Now, you wouldn't have heard of me.
Let me put you on hold.
Dance off, bro. Good friend from work.
Me finishing the last episode of Loki?
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo! Loki episode 2 just finished premiering on Disney Plus, and that was an absolutely insane finale. In this video, I'm going to be going over the ending of the Loki finale. Guys, I was just on stream. We were just talking about this. I had a live watch party. It was absolutely insane. So the ending of the episode, we saw Loki talking to Mobius and B-15, and B-15 and Mobius had no idea who Loki was. Prior to this, Sylvie killed Kang the Conqueror and set off a crazy timeline explosion. And what's even crazier about this is that Shang-Chi, Eternals are not gonna mention this at all. This show was left on probably the biggest cliffhanger, in my opinion, bigger than WandaVision. What does this post-credit scene mean? I think this is going to tie directly into Spider-Man No Way Home with Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. I think those two characters are going to be variants from this exploded timeline that Sylvie created. And then Multiverse of Madness is where all of this will pick up directly from. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.
Hello, Mother. Have I made you proud? Father?
Oh shit.
I'm Loki. You may have heard of me.
You had one job.
Just the one. I have been falling for 30 minutes.
I think you missed a column.
Shut up.
I don't think I've never met this man in my life.
He's my brother.
Adopted. Brother. You look ravishing.
Loki, look who it is. Patriotism. God bless him.
Surprise. It's not that I don't love our little talks, it's just I don't love them. I thought you said you knew how to fly this thing.
Where are you at these days?
It varies from moment to moment.
I am a god, you dull creature. That's how it feels.
I'm literally crying over my nails right now because they're so ugly. Oh my god, okay. This is what I wanted, okay? This is the pastels, and this is what I got.
So let's talk about that crazy ending to Loki episode 6. Obviously spoilers, so if you haven't seen it, drop a like and come back later. So the ending of Loki episode 6 officially saw the multiverse come into action. The season also ends with Mobius and Hunter B-15 not knowing who Loki is, and a final shot of Loki looking up at a statue of Kang the Conqueror in the TVA. So what's going on here exactly? Now it's important to know that the sacred timeline that Kang has created takes the shape of one big circle. This will make sense because it's never ending. Also lining up with what Mobius said in previous episodes, how they saw Loki's life play out numerous times in its entirety. Mobius even referencing that there's only one timeline to go down on.
I think a TVA agent showing up on a jet ski on the sacred timeline, that would create a branch for sure.
So, every time the TVA goes through these portals, they're landing on the same timeline just at a different point in time. But when Sylvie pushes Loki through the portal, it happened after the timeline already started branching out, meaning that Loki did not land on the same sacred timeline because that doesn't exist anymore. He landed on a completely different timeline entirely.
Easter eggs and details you might have missed in the Loki season finale. Let's do this one more time. Spoiler alert countdown. 3, 2, 1 for all time, always. The episode opens with a cacophony of quotes from all across the MCU and is scored with the song It's Been a Long, Long Time. The song this time Criminal dances to with Peggy. And if you listen close, there are also quotes from Mandela, Malala, Maya Angelou, Greta Thunberg, and more. Sylvie and Loki meet He Who Remains, played by Jonathan Majors. And okay, let's unpack this. So He Who Remains is the last ever TVA agent in the comics who created the TVA at the end of time in a giant chicken and the egg time loop. Now in the MCU, he is a variant of Kang the Conqueror.
A ruler, a conqueror.
Now, Kang in the comics is an entirely different character to He Who Remains, who is from the 31st century and wants to conquer time. He does mention having several variants of himself, which is indeed what Kang himself is known for. From Iron Lad to Immortus to Ramatut, these are all just different versions of Kang from various points across the timeline. Jonathan Majors will be playing the evilest version of Kang, the Conqueror one, in Ant-Man 3. He shows up eating an apple, which you could connect back to that devil imagery from episode 1. He is the serpent tempting our Adam and Eve. Eve metaphorically ate the apple, Adam was booted from the garden, and the original sin was cast on the world. Loki also has a fire sword. I don't know why I didn't make the biblical connections earlier. The FDR High School in Ohio had signs for the homecoming of the Tigers. In Spider-Man Homecoming, that was the same mascot as Peter Parker's high school, hinting at things to come perhaps. So Ravonna Renslayer's real name is Rebecca Termine, a nod to her supervillain name in the comics, Terminatrix. Also, just as a side note, I love that the branching timeline kind of looks like a human nervous system. It's almost like the multiverse is a living, breathing thing. It's also hard not to notice the giant hidden Mickey right behind him, which I think is extra meta, since Papa Disney is basically the god of this entire universe. Now, the statue at the end is not He Who Remains. Peep that outfit, that is in fact Kang the Conqueror. It's unclear why Moby and B forgot Loki here, but I do have a theory. Notice the floor lettering in the background, DHF, MSL. Now this could totally just be the angle, but I feel like those are different to the ones that we see in episode 4, 3FG and FE3. Now I could be reaching, but if I had to guess, I would say that Loki might have found himself in an alternate universe version of the TVA, which could make sense if there are now multiple sacred timelines. It could mean multiple TVAs. Guys, it's been so fun dissecting all of the Easter eggs and details of this show for the last 6 weeks. I of course have plenty of theories and explainer videos coming right up, but make sure you're following so you don't miss any of the hidden details and Easter eggs in Marvel's What If when it comes out in August. For all time always, my friends, and that's the tea.